Hey everyone, welcome to Mechacademy. This is going to be this is a big tournament that we're doing here. I am joined right now with Amarok and RedScare, coach from one of the teams here. And so Mechacademy is a several week long tournament that we've been running here. I think we've been going for 3 weeks where we have a whole bunch of different teams with coaches and students, and the coaches are helping train the students to get good at Mechabellum. And now, today, we have Quarterfinal 1 and Quarterfinal 2 taking place. We have RedScare Raiders against Chris's Crash Course. And then we're also going to be having um, another series here. Let me pull up the bracket. We have Zillilag Zoo against Tungdaddy Baddies. Now, excuse the results there on the left side. That's just because we have a bit of a scheduling conflict. So one of our players from Chris's Crash Course, Krimpus, has to play first. So I had to manually choose through those options there to make sure that the quarterfinal 2 shows up here on the broadcast overlay. So anyways, without further ado, hey, welcome, Amarok. How's it going?
Hello. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing great. We have our players in the lobbies, and we also have RedScare here, who's joining us real quick for a quick pre-game chat about his team.
How's it going, morning, guys? It's going just great. My folks have been practicing hard. I've been watching them grow as players. A lot of practice, mostly. It's I can provide the framework and provide some tips, but they have to do the legwork of getting better themselves. And I can safely say that I've been very impressed with their progress.
We've certainly seen some new names from your team in higher MMR play. It's been kind of cool.
Yeah, that's great.
That's the point. Like, to make everyone that wants to live up to their potential be able to achieve it.
Yeah, what I really like, so the idea behind Mechacademy was, we have a whole lot of very experienced players, and it would be a great way to kind of give back to the community, to teach, like, give learnings to players who would like to improve and get better. As well as Mechacademy kind of provides a platform too for up and coming players to maybe get featured on the broadcast, such as this one, and sort of go through what it feels like to have, I don't know, the exposure and the nerves and stuff of playing like a casted game, like live on stream and on YouTube and whatever. Something that like maybe more experienced players have, but I found, like, I've been competitive for a very long time in gaming, and it's just like, it's very different when you have the right atmosphere. And so it's something that I want to share, and I want everyone to participate in as well. So part of this broadcast, I think we're also going to be doing a giveaway. Each day, we're going to be giving away one key for Mechabellum, because we want to grow the Mechabellum community, guys. So at the end of the broadcast, stay tuned, and then let me know why you need a key, who you're going to give it to, and then we'll give away one key for Mechabellum, because we want to, like I said, grow the community here. Mechabellum is an alive game. We're doing very well here. It's going to be great. So hopefully everyone is going to have fun here. This is going to be a best of one series between Krimpus and GiraffePilot. We're ready to go.
Your players are ready. We're just waiting on GiraffePilot to click ready, and he's waiting on your signal.
Yeah, anytime we're ready to go, and then RedScare, you can drop back to your booth there.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Good luck.
They seem to be asking for me already, so I'll go back to them. Thanks.
All right. So we have the match starting, but we've got a slight...
We should be on delay.
Yeah.
I think anybody who has watched tournament play before will be familiar with that. Did want to say, as we're starting, thank you very much for all of the work that you've put into it. Are there others that you would like to call out doing work behind the scenes? I know you have Jen doing some of the,
of course,
the matchmaking.
Yeah,
who else deserves some credit here?
Yeah, I mean, so my idea was the Mechacademy, but like it's not something that I can do on my own. That's absolutely right. So we definitely need help from the community, and we're working, or I am working with the Degenerates community Discord. So shout out to Jen and Dakota and everyone there who has been helping behind the scenes to make this happen. We couldn't really do it without you guys. So everyone like who has been joining to play or interested in the game, we've been helping join this community. It's a great community for learning about the game. Everyone there is super friendly, and yeah, just helping keep the show on the road. We've got about a minute and a half. Looks like players are loaded into the game finally, so that's great.
So I'm familiar with GiraffePilot from previous tournament. I don't know Krimpus at all. Do you want to tell us anything about either player?
To be honest, so we're kind of breaking the mold a little bit here. I was hoping that we would have the coaches, like both coaches, in to talk about their players a little bit beforehand, but because we're doing quarterfinal, one game from quarterfinal 2 first, and then we're bouncing back to quarterfinal 1, we don't have as much information about these players.
Okay. Got it.
But yeah, so how the matchmaking has worked for Mechacademy is all the teams have been they have an average MMR amount, and so we've matched them up so they're about equal, right, amongst the teams. And then for the players, we matched equal levels for the players for this first round. So for example,
Right.
the 1000 MMR player is going to be against the other 1000 MMR player on the other team, the 1500 against the 1500, the 1800 against the 1800, and so on. We don't have very many 1800s. I think it's mostly between 1000 to about 1600. And originally we were going to be going in order from lowest to highest MMR, but today's schedule is a little bit mixed up, so we're just kind of jumping in. I don't recall what our MMR is, but we're going to be starting the game in 5 seconds. Amarok, if you want to take it away.
All right. Welcome to the first game of Mechacademy. We've got GiraffePilot on the near side in blue versus Krimpus on the far side in red. Krimpus is going to take a quick supply specialist with a pair of three fangs and a pair of tarantulas, 4,100 hit points, while GiraffePilot will be a saber-tooth specialist with sabers and arc lights and 4,200 hit points. So I'd say that early matchup favors GiraffePilot quite a lot. We know the saber into tarantula start is very, very strong,
Yes.
but it does all come down to positioning and getting those early locks with the sabers on the tarantula.
Yes. So with the tarantula start here, yes, like it's usually an aggro unit. However, against the saber, you're absolutely right. You don't really want to play it super aggro like this, because yeah, you don't want to get those locks. However, Krimpus does have the fangs in front here, getting the tarantula void eye. So this is a pretty solid comp overall. But you're absolutely right. Positioning is everything here. And interestingly, GiraffePilot is actually taking the sabers on the defensive. We also usually see those on the offensive too to try and get those locks. But yeah, interesting.
Playing them very defensively.
It's
That's
kind of,
actually
sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that really suits Krimpus, because what you're looking for in the saber is any gap in the chaff arrivement allows the saber to lock onto the tarantula. Playing this far away, the your chaff arrival is going to be constant for Krimpus. I'm also interested that Krimpus took the Void Eye rather than unlocking Phoenix or Wasp on round 1, because a lot of players with Quick Supply Specialist would have gone ahead and spent the 50 on the unlock, don't give up a deploy, and get themselves flying, because you're looking at a bunch of units that don't shoot up, and unless GiraffePilot had added fangs, you'd have a guaranteed win by air.
Yeah, I mean, I would say coaches probably have provided a kind of framework for their players to kind of use, and depending on how much experience they have with the framework, they may make slight adjustments here and there. But one of the most important things you can do is like not deviate from the plan too much, especially at round 1. So probably Krimpus has a plan of Void Eye, Tarantula. This is kind of what I want. It doesn't matter what my opponent does. I'm gonna kind of work with it because I'm familiar with that, because my coach says this is good. And yeah, that's, I guess, what we're going to see.
Other thing that's interesting on the round 1 positionings, as we get our first unit drop, marksman for Krimpus, and you can see what GiraffePilot is choosing from. A lot of players at mid to low MMR will actually line one of those tarantulas up with right next to the wall. And it's something that's obvious enough that you will start to see players respond to that by putting a saber that has that instant lock. So Krimpus actually avoided that by separating the tarantulas very wide apart, which I also thought was interesting positionally. And GiraffePilot's much more angled at tarantulas that would have been real close to the wall.
Yeah, GiraffePilot took quite a bit of damage there actually in the first round, which is crazy to see. That Krimpus with the tarantula actually wins the first round, so that's like huge momentum here. Krimpus just building up the chaff and getting that one safety marksman for the air.
They both took the marksman from the drop, so 2 safety marksmen, right. 1 on each side.
Oh, actually, yeah, there's 2 on each side. One guy over on the other tower too.
Yep.
Sabers do get locks this time. This is looking a lot better for GiraffePilot.
Late Fangs here being very, very key at keeping locks off, especially once the single targets that got early locks on the Sabers got destroyed. So the Fangs show up, eat a lot of shots from Void Eyes and Marksman at the end of the round. And that lets GiraffePilot win round 2. It'll be 3,800 to 3,176 as we go into round 3.
Oh man, and there's that extra saber as well from the saber spec. Absorb mod looks pretty good for both sides actually. You don't have any levels on the saber, which is... Wait, what? The arc light's getting the absorb mod? Oh, I don't know about that. That's gotta go on the saber, right? That's gotta be a misclick.
I mean, yeah, the saber was the gold damage dealer and had very little hit point left at the end of the round. You'd really love to see it healing itself. Yeah. This is actually one of the top damage dealers as well, this arc light here. Oh, but I don't think, especially with range, it's not going to be in any danger, right? Like, yeah, it's going to be the last unit on the board.
It's good to put the absorb mod on, you know, the higher HP unit that does higher single target damage, because then it gets a huge influx of life, right? And it'll live a lot longer. Also, the saber's getting close to level 2, which is like really good.
Yeah, I always think of it as I want it on my highest DPS unit, whatever that is, for DPS improvement, or for the maximum healing, right?
Survivability, yeah.
Yeah. Unless that unit is my longest ranged unit, which is exactly where Krimpus is at here. This thing has never taken a single hit point. There, it takes a damage. All right, wait. Look at that. It survived with like no hit points.
Yeah,
maybe it was...
That absorb mod on the spider was really, really clutch.
Yeah.
It's got a level 2, so this next round, Krimpus is doing pretty good here, I think.
Would you like another absorption module? Krimpus has one for each tarantula. My God.
Why not? Yeah, the other tarantula's, you know, one of the high DPS units too. So it gets pretty scary pretty quickly. And we have GiraffePilot taking the smart arc light. Increase arc light XP by 75%. And
that definitely feels carry arc, and he's got the right text for it.
Yeah. So the other thing I was wondering last round was this middle saber actually kind of had what looked like a really good position closing in on that tarantula with the absorb mod, but then the chaff got in the way. It was a little bit too far away, and I thought, you know what, if they get range, they'll be able to lock in on that a lot better. So that is what we see here. Already at turn 4, we have both the arc and the saber with range. Tarantula with range. And the Void Eyes actually got the charge shot.
So a couple of interesting things to note. The arc lights do have shockwave, but GiraffePilot might be discouraged from taking that just because Krimpus is running electromagnetic armor, and for those of you in the audience that don't know, yes, the Shockwave does trigger the EMP armor, and Shockwave can't convey the Arclight's EMP outbound, so it's you risk getting yourself EMP'd for minimal gain while not even targeting the Void Eyes. So that may be why GiraffePilot's not clicking that, or maybe poorly advised to click that, let's say. There's also a gap in Krimpus's chaff arrival timing. You can kind of see it in front of his right side tower, where there's a pretty big gap between one round of crawler and another, and that is letting GiraffePilot get some locks that he wouldn't otherwise get. Ion Blast taken for Krimpus here as our round 5 reinforcement. And GiraffePilot taking his time thinking about it. Also decides to take it. It's great on a line abreast like this, as both players are in.
Yeah, it seems like a must pick for both players. But if you look at these boards, I mean, like, look at Krimpus. It's a very, like, you got 3 tarantulas, got, like, you know, a few Void Eyes, a couple marksmen for safety, and just like all chaff. It looks pretty difficult to deal with. And on GiraffePilot's board, you know, a lot of the deploys had to go into these arc lights, so a lot less chaff happening. Starting to build it up now. The chaff is very important, guys, right? Fangs and crawlers, they do a great job in tanking the carry units. So Krimpus with the charge shot and range on the Void Eye, you want to prevent those from locking onto the sabers and the arc lights. So you want to time it so that the Void Eyes will shoot the crawlers and fangs and not the core.
See if we pin. Yeah, the Ion is going to be great for both players. Everything just about pinned where the Ions are going. Yeah, nice job on those aims for both players. Come down to crawlers get the right side tower. Well, Krimpus is right, Giraffe's left, and GiraffePilot wins yet another round. He'll drop Krimpus under 2,000 hit points. It's 3,800 to 1,800. Go to round 6. Unit reinforcement drop. Would you like Worm, Hound, Fort, or Farseer? Krimpus taking a pair of level 3 Hounds. I've been playing the Hounds from that Borked build so much that I almost never ever see a Hound drop.
Yeah, I know, right? This is a great drop.
Like, what? Level 3 Hounds are a thing? In a drop?
I do like the Fortress, though. Like, Fortress Shield, like, all of a sudden, you know, this adds... 50,000 on this fort, 50,000 on that fort. It's 100,000 plus the bubbles are 40,000 each, so another 80,000. You got 180,000 HP added to the board here. And really, when you look at Krimpus's board, the most damage are these like level 2 Void Eyes. Those are what are going to do the most damage to bubbles. Oh, but we've got an undo actually. Because what I was trying to get at there though was like, yeah, like. It does have charge shot, but it is a lot of health to get through. Just one naked fort, though, not committed, and I don't think is a good idea against the Void Eyes, because the Void Eyes can very well overwhelm just that one unit. Fortress kind of overlaps with the Saber a bit, if you're just kind of putting it there.
So Krimpus took these 2 level 3 Hounds and placed them both on his right side. GiraffePilot is adding a Phoenix with a mobile beacon to try and come after that tower. That is going to just die on these marksmen, or on the single anti-Phoenix marksman out there, right?
It's a good
because
idea.
The Hounds will completely take care of it.
You got to make plays like this. Like, this is important. You know, you can't just sit back and do nothing. I mean, you can, but like, what differentiates a good player from a great player is one that can find weaknesses and take advantage of stuff like that. So you gotta always make moves.
It's also the thing that is probably the most satisfying to do in the game, is identifying what your opponent is weak to and making the perfect beacon or the perfect play that crushes it. Speaking of crushing it, GiraffePilot has Krimpus down to 700 hit points, hasn't lost a round since round 1. Looks to be in complete control.
We armor. Oh, there was another absorb mod too.
There's another absorb mod. We needed one more.
3.
Just complete the set.
Yeah, yeah, you got 2 already. Yeah, this level 4 Arclight with the absorb mod. I mean, we were kind of knocking on it before, but like, I don't know, man. It's like, it's kind of all right, but it would definitely be a lot better on a Saber that also has field maintenance. I'm not sure there's enough damage to get through this, so Krimpus is going to go for the Abyss. Hail Mary.
God, there's not great upshoot right now. Level 2 marksman on that side. The other marksman, I think, has been sold for GiraffePilot, leaving him with just that marksman and Phoenix, and he's completely committed to the ground game here. Goes ahead, does take the shockwave on this turn. He's thinking Krimpus won't have the ability to react in time, right? If I can just win and get the knockout, then there won't be... I don't have to worry about EMP armor. I can just win by shockwave out here.
Those hounds are sold. Krimpus looking like needs a bit of money for this disintegration tech. Oh, man, all these crawlers get pulled to the left too. There is a chance that the tower goes down. This does... I don't know. There's a lot of little fangs for it to lock onto. If you can get the tower too, though, it would be very good. But the tower on the left goes down.
Tower take is huge. Is the marksman going to get to finish this off? It looks like he will. And that is going to be 700 hit points of damage. GiraffePilot winning game 1 of Mechacademy. This is the quarterfinals. We'll have the semifinals for you next week. That is the 6th of June. And the finals are on the 13th. We'll stay tuned. We've got more Mechacademy action coming right up.
All right. So that, yes, that will be our first game of the day. And yes, so GiraffePilot takes the win there. That was on quarterfinal 2, but we're going to actually bounce back to quarterfinal 1 now. And to, what are we doing? Code Mecha versus Logan, I believe. Let me, let's pull the coaches into here to talk about the series before we get it underway. Hopefully the coaches are available for Discord. There's Zillilag.
Year 1.
Hello.
Hi, how are you doing, Zillilag?
Good. What's up? I witnessed those tarantulas get shot at by sabers. Sad day.
Yes, that's a bad day for whoever's running the tarantulas.
Yeah. My guys are ready to have their turn, though. They're excited.
Yeah, let's get Cast in here as well. Okay, well, in the meanwhile, so Zillilag, how are you feeling about your team? What have you guys been doing to prepare for these matches? Outcast is in the room now, so don't give away too many trade secrets.
Yo, what's up?
Hey.
Yeah, hey. At the start, I went over and we did some 1v1 ladder games with them, and I saw what they were doing and made some comments. Then we reviewed the they played games afterwards, and then we reviewed their replays that they lost and kind of went over what went wrong. Then by the end of the week, they were doing 1v1s against me, and I was beating them bloody, showing them their weaknesses still.
Awesome.
That was kind of how we spent the time.
So, Cast, I know you and Tungdaddy are coaching with this team, and your schedules are kind of not completely lined up. So, what were you guys doing?
Yeah, there were definitely some scheduling issues, especially with Logan, since he's from Australia. So we did do more coaching with Warmdragon and Evil, but we also watched a bunch of the replays, did some backseating, had a good many sessions for sure.
Cool. Do you who do you think's gonna win?
We got this absolutely. Tungdaddy Baddies for the win. Our opponents, Zillilag Zoo, is just a bunch of animals. We got some bear traps ready. We're gonna bait the mule with a carrot and I don't know, cracking the code. We got this.
You
Perfect.
got this. You're so confident you didn't arrive with Tungdil.
Yeah, Tungdil is unfortunately busy right now, but luckily we are 2 coaches in the team, so we got each other's backs.
Yeah, it kind of stacked odds against you there, Zillilag. So
I don't
yeah.
know what.
Well, I was going to ask, can you two tell us a little bit about your respective players? Game 1 is going to be Code Mecha against Logan Muir, and I don't know anything about either of them.
Do you want to go first?
You can go first.
Yeah.
Well, I can't.
You do. You go.
Okay. Well, Code Mecha, he streams on Twitch sometimes. That's cool. Well, he's improved a bunch. I think he was just telling me that he can now counter some flanks, so he should be well and improved. Yeah. He likes to play 2v2, so maybe he can do some fun stuff in 1v1 as well.
He's wearing a 2v2 Rookie Group Championship badge, so he's got the gold next to his name.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's got a gold medal. He just needs another gold medal.
Mm-hmm. What MMR are these two at? Do we know?
Code Mecha was, I believe, my 1000 MMR player. I believe right now he should be around like 1400 or
Wow. That's
1500.
crazy.
Such a huge climb. Amazing. Let's go.
Yeah, you should advertise your services now. Say, hey, if you want to get 400 MMR, pay me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the whole
right.
pay me part is the hard part of it.
It's true. I know. There's not really a whole lot of money in Mechabellum, especially coaching in Mechabellum. I know we do this just for the love, but yeah, that's a really big achievement.
That is huge. What can you tell us about Logan Muir?
Right, I believe he was started at 1200 MMR. I'm not sure about his current climb. He's the one, again, because the time zones partially, we didn't have a lot of time to work with him, and as well, him being quite busy in real life at the moment. So he didn't have too much time to practice, but he's got some, especially Asim aggro, I think he seems to like. He's got a pretty solid play style. I think he's gonna do great today.
He says he's about 1200 currently, started out around 1K as well.
All right.
Oh, it's going to be a pretty even match then. Well,
no, obviously my side's going to win easily, right?
No,
Well, that's the Smack Talk. We've got the Gamba up for you on my channel, for those of you that enjoy it, and I think we are about ready to take it away.
Yeah, coaches, you can go back to your booths, and we're ready to go.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Good luck, guys.
See you.
Good luck.
Oh, it's so fun having the coaches in here for the pregame.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it builds a bit of story here. It's pretty great. I'm gonna pull up the bracket here on my stream real quick now that this is updated. So here's the full bracket. So today we are doing quarterfinal 1 and quarterfinal 2. Next week we'll be doing quarterfinal 3 and 4. As you can see, we've already done GiraffePilot versus Krimpus. And now we're going back and we are doing Code Mecha versus Logan in the quarterfinal 1. We're going to continue the rest of quarterfinal 1. So you're going to see the rest of Ein Bear versus Evil and the Mule versus Warmdragon coming up soon. And then afterwards we'll be finishing quarterfinal 2.
So the pre-game screen says they're at 1434 and 1187 respectively. So, bit of a
About
mismatch
400.
in,
Well, I mean,
in MMRs.
so we took people's MMR at the start. Their highest MMR
Right.
was like part of the registration for the tournament, right? However much
Mhm.
MMR you gain before you match, I mean, that's
During.
great. Like, that's fantastic.
That's on you, yes.
That means you've been putting in the work.
That's amazing. Do you want to talk through the way that the format is going to work? Is it how many players are on each team?
Yep.
And what are our, are we going to see any 2v2s? Are we going to see any, is it just straight 1v1?
It's all straight 1v1s this time around. So season 1, we wanted to just kind of do more of a proof of concept that like this format can work. Having the coach student league, this is kind of inspired by a StarCraft league that does a fairly similar thing, but we've taken it and done it, the Mechabellum way. So it's all just 1v1s, right? It's a team event. Like, you have your coach and you have your your teammates or whatever, but it's all 1v1 events. And because we have 3 players on each team, it's just a 1v1, 1v1, 1v1. Everyone's going to get to play. So regardless of if a team is 2-0, you're still going to play that third game. So everyone still has a chance to play. But yes, the team who has 2 wins is going to proceed to the next round of the tournament. It is do or die, basically, though.
Excellent. Win or go home.
Yeah. If you guys have suggestions for improvements to the format or whatever, obviously I'm open to it. And we're going to make some changes for season 2 and hopefully try to give players more opportunity to play more games. But we're about to start. So, Emrock, do you want to take it away?
Absolutely. Welcome to game 1 of this series, 0-0 at the moment. Code Mecha on the near side in blue, about 1434 MMR. We'll be playing a missile specialist with Void Eye and Sledge as the start. Logan Muir on the far side at 1187 is looking at clicks the I think I will win first thing he does. I think I'll win. Then he takes the Fire Badgers.
Oh man,
with
that's great.
With Sledge and Arclight.
Very confident from Logan here.
Very confident. You gotta love it.
All right, so
he's got real insight he's put on that too.
and all the other votes are coming in now too for Code Mecha. I see a lot of Code Mecha in the chat also, and there's some Logan in the chat too.
Yeah, local betting odds are about 3.5 to 1 favorite for Code Mecha. So it looks like Logan Muir is going to start out on his right, our left, with the sledges up front as chaff units, Arclights behind. And Code Mecha has sold one of his turrets. One of the things I noticed in that first game was one of the players did not sell the turrets early. One of them did. So Logan Muir, both players, I guess, have sold their turret very quickly. Getting that economy funneled, started, good habit to have. It'll be crawlers added for both players. One up front to guarantee there's no quick locks. And these 2 kind of standard behind the towers. Well, 3, I guess, are standard behind towers. There's no chaff clear out on Code Mecha's left, so those crawlers are getting straight through to the Void Eyes. That's a great matchup for Logan Muir in round 1. He's got a tower take. Gets a lot of cleanup during 9 seconds of debuff.
But as always, it's probably usually best to be the second tower, or to take down the second tower in the round.
I'd say that's probably the case unless you are this far down in material by the time it happens. But getting the second tower while still alive saves him a few hit points.
If there was like one more Void Eye there, it could have definitely been a bit different.
Yeah. Round 1 to Logan Muir. Code Mecha at 4,500, Logan Muir at 4,300. You've got Advanced Missile Device, which I love, but Rhino Assault, the clear choice for both players. unprotected backside here. This is why you play a Fang back behind towers, by the way. Not necessarily for a Rhino, but it does buy a lot of time to have just a single Fang back there. The Rhino will still get the tower. It beats the Fang, right? But you buy yourself so much time against Rhino, against Wasp, against all of the... I mean, even against an Overlord call-in, you can buy a lot of time.
Yep.
Logan Muir picking up the Phoenix. There's a double missile strike.
Oh man, this is juicy.
Double missile strike on the sledge and arcs. So, you know, I'm going to get maximum value there. And poor Logan Muir plays the Phoenix where it looks pretty safe, and it is going to fly straight in and be a blind hit on the new Phoenix.
Yeah. That's a great shot. There's you know, something to say though about the double hit here. I mean, the one hit brings the sledges down to, you know, 400 HP, brings the arc lights down quite a lot too, and keeps them alive so that they're weaker and your units will kill them and get the experience. I feel like that's, in the early rounds, it's kind of important to get the experience, so I totally agree with that. Like, this is definitely a good tempo play, but you've also got this Rhino coming down, which is going to get the tower too, apparently.
If you
Fairly accessible.
just hitting the Rhino to tower and hitting that one missile would have let the sledges feast for XP there.
So now, you know, Code Mecha is not going to have a missile this turn. That's usually why we see players spacing it out, right? So they have one round to get a bit of an advantage there, and one the next round to get a bit of an advantage there, rather than just blowing it all on one round. It sort of allows you to carry that advantage for 2 rounds instead of 1.
Round 3 gets the unit reinforcement drop. Logan, we were taking a pack of level 2 Mustangs. We've got double Steel Ball, double Tarantula available, but Code Mecha takes the Mustangs as well. It's a pretty safe bet. Nobody lost by taking Mustangs, generally.
Yeah.
Logan Muir picks up range for his arcs on round 3. That's very, very common at higher levels, right? You're going to see range on a chaff clear by round 3. Code Mecha hasn't even established what his chaff clear is going to be yet.
Yeah, so at this level, Mustang is the most popular unit, I would say. But this is a great pickup, picking the Mustang, because there is a Wasp that was offered as well. Now, I would have thought for Code Mecha, not having a chaff clear already, sometimes, you know, if the first couple rounds you don't have a chaff clear, you're kind of waiting on that unit drop turn to see, you know, what Bear-like gives you, and maybe Bear-like can help you out and give you an option here. We had the 2 Tarantula drop, which to me seems like it could have been good, but actually it looks like Code Mecha, you know, was purposefully not choosing chaff clear, because the chaff clear of choice is going to be the Vulcan.
Gone straight to a giant chaff clear right away.
Round 3 is kind of crazy too. But that's actually good timing for the Fire Badger, right? No, wait. This Fire Badger got sold, I guess. It's round 3.
Fire Badger got sold. We took the oil and then sold the Fire Badger. But it is kind of there as a free unlock. We can cash it in to light this on fire if we decided we needed to. And it looks like we do, because Code Mecha is winning round 3 big, has the Vulcan survive to do maximum hit point damage, and that is probably the biggest thing that I had to learn to get out of this 1,000 to 1,300 MMR range, was I would try to rely on small units, 100 and 200 cost units. I just loved them. I wanted to see the little guys do great against the big guys, and I just wasn't doing enough hit point damage because, you know, per deploy, you're getting more damage to the opponent's hit point bar by taking giants.
Yep.
It just, you gotta finish. And I would have game after game where either I finished it pretty early because I was winning rounds by a lot, but if it went to, you know, if I let somebody survive to 8, 9, 10, I was doomed.
Yeah, apparently there is a minor bug on Mechabellum right now where sometimes the oil does not ignite. Hopefully that doesn't have an impact on the games today. Round 4, we do have the Orbital against the EMP. I mean, Orbital's always good. And by round 4, like, it'll probably come back to... EMP is going to be really great as well. I mean, like, if there's Orbital and EMP offered, probably there's going to be bubbles. And in this case, the EMP is a cheaper way to deal massive damage to the bubbles. It does a bit better than the Orbital does. So, to be honest, like, if Logan shielded here, I think it would have been really good for them.
The other interesting point here is Logan's answer to the Vulcans is going to be Fortress. And I've certainly seen that go either direction, right? Mathis Might has beaten my Vulcan Marksman with Fortress before. But at this level, I've always found that the matchup seemed to favor Vulcan, the Vulcan Marksman player. In this case, it's a Vulcan Void Eye player who doesn't have any upshoot. So we're going to get a round win by Phoenix for Logan Muir. 100 hit points of damage puts Code Mecha at 4,400.
Yeah, it's also going to... So that Phoenix will be level 2 now, and with a armor enhancement, I just want level 1, it will be able to survive a single missile strike. I actually really like the Fortress, to be honest. I feel like Fortress is really quite a strong unit here. It's once it gets levels, it's really hard to stop it.
You have an audio issue causing double sound. It's not present on my stream, so I don't know what's going on there.
Okay.
You may have a window open that's pulling sound on the Discord channel.
Yeah, I wish someone said that, 40 minutes ago. But thank you. Appreciate that, Rajan. It should be fixed now.
All right. 3 more Fortress added. No tanks on them yet.
Oh, Dakota said it 40 minutes ago. Sorry. Well, I didn't obviously get the memo.
On the Code Mecha side, it's going to be a pair of Rhinos. Now, I think that's kind of... I mean, they're the drop. They're free. But into Fort, it always strikes me as kind of doomed. I don't think that's a great pickup. To be fair, what he's looking at, he doesn't see the Fort on that side yet, so he might be looking at 2 Rhinos and a Vulcan going after this right side tower.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't mind the Rhino. Just probably would have sold one of them. I kept one of them and put the pressure on the right side. It's a lot of money to put on the pressure on the right side, and it is going to get stopped right away by the Fortress.
Yeah. And he sold the sledge on the left side.
Double missile on that Phoenix. Phoenix didn't actually level, but that would have been the play to still kill the Phoenix.
You're right. I'm going to make sure this Phoenix dies, darn it.
Mind games.
Mm-hmm.
One thing to pay attention to possibly is Ignite is available on the Vulcan, which is a way to deal damage to high HP units like the Fortress. But also, Fortress can counter it with the Photon.
Well, Fortress gets Bubble, and Ignite does nothing to Bubble.
That's true as well. Yeah.
I think you take the Scorch first as the Vulcan player. Just take that plus 85% damage that'll hit the shield bubbles. There they are. And rely on being able to hit the Fort underneath later. Especially because Code Mecha's got so many more hit points. He can afford to lose a round if it turns out that way. Mm-hmm. By taking the Scorch first and then the Ignite. But if he takes the Ignite and the opponent takes the Bubble and he hasn't taken Scorch, those Vulcans do absolutely nothing. Both Rhinos in the backside corner.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I mean, if you put the Rhino on the left side there, it would pull that Mustang. But you kind of don't want that Mustang to get pulled because it's driving into the Vulcans. Really good turn for this Fortress barrier. Leveling up that Fortress very important as well. The cell is going down on that Sledgehammer, but yeah, there we go. The Rhino. Maybe misclick. That makes more sense. 15 seconds. Look at $1,000 here from Code Mecha. What are you gonna do?
Hasn't spent either of his deploys. It's going to go into a pair of Mustangs with range. Leaves him 300, which could be...
Oh, ran out of time.
Ran out of time, but hasn't taken his loan, so he's floating the 300. For next round. If this... even if this round goes poorly for Code Mecha, you gotta think he's in the driver's seat for next turn.
There's gonna be a lot of damage though. Fortresses, once they get going.
Well, also, what Code Mecha did not do was take Scorching Fire. So those Vulcans have 0 damage compared to the forts, etc. Like, this is a tempo thing. You don't want to be in Vulcan at the end of round 6 without having taken a second tech on them.
Yeah, and with no real DPS unit on the field, can't puncture through those shields.
Yeah, hasn't teched the Void Eyes, like, doesn't even have charged shot available on them.
Super heavy on level 2 Fortress is very, very strong. 220,000 HP now. This might be turning in Logan's favor. It's really up to Code Mecha to turn it around.
Now you need Ignite and Scorch. You needed both of them.
Yeah.
And getting both of them, by the way, would be 1150 in cost. So as soon as he's under that...
Ooh.
Okay. That's spicy.
That is a way to do it. That gives you the DPS you need.
That's very pretty.
One of my favorite, like either Mountain or Abyss are usually my preferred kind of ways to do the Fortress here. But
yeah, I think Abyss is strictly better in terms of the shield break, right? Because it's doing... I mean, it is just straight better against the shield.
Abyss has like an easier time to be countered on the following turn.
True, but if you do the math on it, the Abyss versus Shield is the highest non-melter, non-steel ball damage in the game. It's just wild. It's just wild when you do the math.
Let's see what happens here. Double goes down. Double's down, but the right side is pushing in.
That tower goes down. This fort is in trouble. It does not go down in time. The fort does go down to the Phoenix during the debuff. That'll be another round for Logan Muir. And now he knows what he's facing. Now he knows what he needs to counter. 1820 left for Code Mecha. Logan Muir at 1495.
Ooh,
Haste
double haste
module
mod.
for both.
Interesting. Double shield that I was thinking was maybe decent on a Fortress, but a really fast Fortress with high damage. Like if this haste mod goes on the blue Fortress on the right for Logan, charge down that level 1 tower, it could be a really strong play.
And then come across the board right to left to get to the other mountain too. Oh my.
Double shot. Okay, well that's a lot of damage. I mean, Fortresses with the damage can puncture through the Fortress too. Fortress, okay, gets the range. I feel like that's kind of a better play here because now the mountain's going to outrange the fort. The fort maybe, I'm not sure about the double shot first or range. But I guess the play is to beacon and use haste onto a tower with the Fortress, in which case the double shot makes more sense.
Haste is on the fort coming straight into this mountain, by the way. So it is going to come...
It's on the Phoenix.
Oh, it's on the Phoenix.
Yeah. Kind of
That's bold, considering he's double missiled that Phoenix every single time. And that does not this one turn. Oh. There's also a Phoenix flank over here, unprotected tower. That is probably going to be the death blow there. The unhandled Phoenix flank.
I'm gonna get the tower right away though, because there's no beacon on it.
Yeah, true. Beacon would have made that way more effective. And as you can see, a lot of the forts are down by the time the towers go, but the towers do go. 3 surviving forts, 2 surviving phoenix, a couple of arc lights. That is enough. Logan Muir, winner in game 1.
Wow, I wasn't expecting it to
Congratulations.
end just like that, actually.
That was rough. Let's go. Yeah, forts indeed. Forts. I like big forts and I cannot lie.
Okay. So Logan, yeah, takes the first game there. My overlay should be updated in a moment. And then we're going to be having leave the Mule against Warmdragon next. But this puts the Tungdaddy Baddies up 1-0.
Brutus says, watching this makes me scared of who I'm going to match up against. Yeah, they played that one well. I do agree with Clarence Bodiger's comment there, which is the Vulcan player, in this case Code Mecha, was very much too slow reacting to the forts. It just wasn't quick enough. Tough HQ, thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Also, a couple of shout outs to folks like Code Mecha and I think it's ODB422. Thank you for the follows. We're going to have Warmdragon against Namtar Mule. They are right on each other at 1700 MMR. That'll be game 2. And, of course, Warmdragon... if Warmdragon wins this, that'll be Tungdaddy Baddies through to next round. The Mule has to win it to keep Zillilag's zoo in contention.
That's right. We will be playing out the whole series, though, so Ein Bear and Evil will be playing regardless of the outcome of this game. Just so everyone is aware. Players are ready. We've got about a minute 15 until the next match starts. Thank you to our production team for making sure that the games are ready and prepared, all good to go very quickly. This is excellent. Everything's moving smooth now, so I'm very happy. Let me pull up the full bracket here real quick so you guys can see where we are. All right. I see Evil in chat as well was saying, oh no, it was Brutus saying, watching this makes me scared of who I'll be matched up against. Brutus will be playing in next week's game. He is on the U-Bonds team. Got about 15 seconds here, Emrock.
Yep, just getting the Gamba up for those folks in my stream. There you go. Welcome to game 2 of this first day Mechacademy action between Zillilag Zoo and Tungdaddy's Baddies. Warmdragon, for Tungdill's side, is up 1-0 and would clinch advancement with a win. He's going to be on the near side. And Blue, fighting to keep his team alive on the far side, is Namtar Mule. Namtar Mule will be a speed specialist with Hound and Mustang. A start, I'm sure, close to the hearts of both Odds and Amarok, your casters today. Warmdragon on the near side, quick supply with Crawler and Tarantula. And honestly, I think, Odds, you came on and coached me in on my stream a little bit. And as a result of that coaching, I climbed a good 200 MMR and wound up in the top 200 world for the first time.
What? That's sick, dude. That's awesome.
So, you were talking about $4 sign coaching. I will sit down and recommend to anyone watching the gentleman opposite me. What he taught me, one of the things he taught me, was not to be afraid of running Hound into Tarantula, which is the matchup that Namtar Mule's got.
That's right. This ain't the old days of Mechabellum. We have this new fancy schmancy tech, chamber compression, on the hound, which actually allows hounds to go toe-to-toe with Tarantula so long as they're not behind in levels and also not completely outranged or anything like that. It is,
Well, I mean,
there's a delicate balance, but like it is doable. It used to be, you got to sell out of the hounds. There's no way you can deal with the Tarantulas, but now I think there is.
It got completely nerfed, though. It went from 70% DPS increase per second to 65% DPS.
Yeah, totally. It makes it completely
Totally
useless.
nerfed.
Yeah.
It is not completely useless. It's been very, very good.
Yeah, we have a position here too where I think Chamber works really well because Mule is speed spec, very fast. So you want to, charge in very quickly with hounds. But the position, like I said, so it is a crossfire position, which very much favors chamber compression. Chamber charges between shots, and you're going to have a lot of time as your hounds move from tower to tower and all around to charge up. So now this tower would go down. This would be a great time. These hounds would get on to the Tarantulas with full charge. I guess there's no such thing as full charge. It can be unlimited. But they'd be able to get onto them with quite a lot of damage in their charge and pop those Tarantulas very quickly. So I am expecting to see Chamber.
Yeah, I would be thinking Chamber on round 2 or round 3 for sure for Namtar Mule. Now, one thing for those of you listening in, you might think, wait, isn't speed and even Mech Rage contraindicated with the chamber compression? And that results from thinking of the chamber compression as something that you want charged all the way up to doing 50,000 damage. You don't actually care. Great DPS increase. It's not about charging it up to get the biggest possible number. It's just get the levels into these guys early. Getting the chamber compression into them early gets the levels into them early, helps them take off. The longer you wait on getting the chamber compression, the worse it is. And honestly, the faster they make contact with somebody, the better it goes for you. So, yep, speed specialist, Mech Rage on them, temp speed on tower, all of those things actually help you in pushing through to the tower. And it's a little bit counterintuitive. If you're just theory crafting, looking at the tech, you think, this would be hurt by all of those things. We get a Rhino drop from Warmdragon in the back left corner. And what else? We've got a Phoenix added from Namtar Mule. This is pretty common for the hound builds. You don't want to be vulnerable to something like round 2 Wraith, or round 2, or later on a missile abyss. So getting yourself something flying single target is really, really helpful there. He already had the Mustangs.
It's also more so just to have that extra DPS. Right? It does very well up against the Tarantula, which has quite a lot of HP. But I mean, there's one thing about the positioning of these hounds, though. Is like, Mule is playing a bit far forward, and so also the Phoenix is farther forward, which means that Rhino drop, when it came down, nothing was turning around to deal with that Rhino. Which is like, by choice, I guess, right, for playing far in front. But if you played farther back, the Phoenix would turn. That wouldn't be a problem.
Great set of cards here. Orbital Bombardment for Warmdragon and a skip for Namtar Mule. That is surprising to me. With the Rhino Assault, the Orbital Bombardment, and this crossfire positioning, you get a lot of value out of dropping the orbital on something. You get a lot of value out of dropping the Rhino behind tower. And he's going to be very vulnerable to it. He has taken his chamber compression.
The only thing that is scary about this is so turn 3, often Tarantula will go for range, and then if you're playing like chamber into range, sometimes the chamber doesn't work out so well. So like sometimes you might want range first, but if there's no range pickup for the Tarantulas here from Warmdragon, then that's certainly going to be better for the hounds. You just always have to make sure the hounds are matched in range with the Tarantula when you're doing this. So range of the Tarantula does force range on the hound, which is, as a second tech, more expensive. But I mean, the unit itself is cheaper. There's no bubbles here. see a flank already starting on the left side.
You can also see this poor tarantula is pretty roughed up early on.
Huge missile.
Yeah, everything was clumped. The missile hit all of those hounds at once.
These Phoenix dodged all the missiles though. Just kind of
Well,
crazy.
they tanked one, actually. Or
One of them tanked one.
It is going to come down to whose Phoenix gets to lock whose Phoenix first, and that goes Warmdragon's way. I think it's his first round win, I think, on this one. Drops Namtar Mule down to 4279. It's 3500 to 4279. And you get your unit drop. Rhino Wraith is probably the thing that is strongest against the hounds on the ground, so that, of course, the hounds don't shoot up, so you get this big high hit point thing that's flying that does well against them, that doesn't once you've got 8-gun, it's not just stuck on a single hound. It's spreading the damage out and taking care of the the other things that might be contributing.
But we see Rhino picked.
Yeah, Rhinos for Namtar Mule and Arc Lights for Warmdragon. Now, when I first started running this, a lot of players would run the shockwave response against the hounds, and that is what convinced me to throw armor enhancement on the bar.
Yes.
Because armor enhancement just about negates the shockwave. Shockwave doesn't scale, so the fact that these are level 3, they're still doing 75 damage to enemies within 30 meters of whatever their target is. Armor on the hound is going to block 60 of that. Even if they're level 1, if they're level 2, it's almost completely blocked.
Yeah.
So you can kind of make it a dead tech.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about these arc lights. I think I really would have liked to see either the Wraith or the Vulcan. Probably the Wraith. It's harder to play against as a hound player. If the Wraiths get online and they get levels, which that Wraith will come with level 2, it can get out of control pretty quickly. The Rhinos were a good pick for Mule. He could have even kept the second one, but looks like sold it to try and get enough money to pick up range on hounds, which is probably better in the long run because it's the same turn that tarantulas also get range here.
Yeah, both sides ranged the tarantula and hound combo, so definitely the right side. I'm not going to second guess Namtar Mule on that one. He's also picked up a second Phoenix, and at this point, yeah, it's looking pretty strong for the hounds.
Yeah, here we go. Tempo's coming out. We got the safety Mustang as well. It's looking good, and we got tons of levels. It's really, really good.
That is going to make the hounds pop off here.
Oh man, I would actually go for the anti-interference mod here and throw that on the Rhino. Level 2 Rhino with anti-interference? Heck yeah, it can't be hacked. One of the common hackers, or sorry, one of the common responses to the Rhino is a hacker, so it actually just sort of shuts it off right away. Oh my god, and we see it.
Mule.
Listening in here.
Wait, no, he's 90 seconds in the pass. We can't possibly be coaching him.
Yes. Just a great pickup there. Also, I mean, it's great too. It's not just about hacker, but like in the crossfire position, right? The right side tower for Namtar is under threat. So when that goes down, the Rhino's still going to be completely fine to just charge through and get the other tower as well. So.
The other tower, yeah. And that actually is really nice because the hounds will be lagging, getting charged up, and won't waste those charged shots on a level 1 tower. They'll turn and come engage. Yeah, Old Man Loves Cheese. We are sharing chat. We see each other's chat.
We've got all the production value here, guys. We've gone all the way. Full stop. Oil coming down, but like it's speed spec. It's gonna be too slow. It's gonna be.
Yeah, I actually think that oil is too far back. You don't want to let the hounds cross enough of it before it lands.
So the Rhino's job is to die. It's completely fine if it dies. It's been tanking very well there.
Got the tower, though.
It's very close, but it protects all these
on
hounds.
The right side for Warmdragon. Yeah, I get what you're saying. being out in front and protecting the hounds is its job. Phoenix are now gonna be able to level again for Namtar Mule. He's won again on round 5. Warmdragon in trouble at 2300, and honestly, that round is about as good as you could expect things to go for Warmdragon. He gets the tower, he's using the oil to slow things down. I mean, it feels like he's in trouble. Now, imagine if he had taken the Wraith and was getting these items into a Wraith game.
Yeah,
That would be a lot more trouble for Namtar Mule.
Absorb on the Wraith would be insane. It's really, really strong. The Hound. Super Heavy could be good on something. But that's for Namtar here. Is he going to build another Rhino or something, maybe? I mean, why not? The Underground is a great... Like, as Namtar, I probably would have picked the Underground, to be honest. You throw that in the back middle here, and it pulls, like, a whole bunch of waves and crawlers back, which means that the towers are more exposed, and your Hounds with Chamber are not going to waste their shots on the little bits of chaff. They're going to shoot on the Tarantulas. You see the Tarantula getting high explosive now, which can be good against Hounds. Oh yeah, level 1 Rhino with super heavy. That should have been level 2.
Yeah, put this guy down at blue and just let it charge into the everything on the right-hand side.
Yeah, the problem is, like, it's not really gonna get levels. It's gonna, like, its job is dying, right? Not gonna get experience and ever get to level 2, probably. I mean, maybe with the super heavy it can kill that Rhino or something, but it's unlikely to be proceeding to level 2 now.
With both the underground and the Rhino drop, there was an interesting play here where you could use, use the underground to draw if you needed to. Not necessary. It looks like that Rhino is going to get straight in on tower. That's
huge.
That's
Oh my
satisfying for Warmdragon. He's also got the Wasps down here in the corner, who's they are pretty weak to the Mustangs, but the Mustangs haven't been ranged yet. There's no techs on them. This is at least forcing Namtar Mule to put some investment into them for a change.
So that Rhino is actually really important. It looks like Namtar Mule is going to, well, maybe not take the round anyway, but the important bit of that tower timing there was that all those Tarantulas were just feeding, right? This is a great turn to get experience on those Tarantulas, because if the Tarantulas ever out-level the Hounds, it's, I wouldn't say GG for the Hounds, but it's very difficult to come back from. So sometimes doing a play like that, where you get the tower, it's not necessarily just to win the round. I mean, winning the round is great, but it helps you to get the experience you need to actually get your carries going. And sometimes it's hard against the Hound to, like, get your carries, like, with levels and stuff.
Warmdragon again eschewing the Wraith. He's at this point he's pretty heavily invested in the Tarantulas. I think it would be changing horses midstream. Adds the Sabers with field entrenchment. So just going to put those straight opposite the Rhinos. Their job is to take the Rhino before they die to the Hound. Namtar Mule took the 2 sledges over here on the right-hand side. And word from Ben Malls in chat is that Warmdragon's strongest opponent defeated is Math is Might.
Are you serious?
That's the word. I cannot confirm.
Wow.
But yeah, that's impressive.
So this Saber, we got field entrenchment Sabers in front of the Tarantula, which is going to pop these Rhinos here. So, like, that's decent, but you know what? The thing is with the Hounds, it is exposed, but all the Hounds use their shot on it, and then they're not going to be able to kill the Tarantula as quickly. So this actually can help quite a lot. It's 50,000 HP to get through.
Again, just look at how quickly it goes down.
It goes down, but look how safe the Tarantula is. It would have been dead.
True.
Now that Tarantula is going to be level 2 in the middle. It clears up, 2.5 packs of Hounds, something like that.
It does, and for the first time, the left side really, really holding for Warmdragon. Getting the Saber, especially I think the one that takes out the level 2 Rhino on that far left was huge for stopping that push. letting the tarantulas deal with the hounds, and Warmdragon turning it around now. Gets a big round win, and pretty funny because those littler, closer round losses over the last 2 rounds. 100 hit points to 100 hit points. He's just done a good 1,000 hit points to Namtar Mule, makes it 2,200 to 3,300. And
So
I'm gonna say,
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say for the one of the things I've found with the hounds is that piloting the late game is really, really difficult. If all you've learned is mastering rounds 1 through 8, and you're gaining MMR on that, you don't necessarily get these games that go to round 9, 10, 11, 12 as often to have as much practice with which direction they go from there. So that could be the situation Namtar Mule's finding himself in. Didn't close it out quickly enough. Needs... we'll see if he's able to adapt to this.
Yeah, they don't necessarily last for the whole game. They're not good for the entire game. Their timing is, the early, mid game. And then if you can get enough experience, they can help you in a late game. But we've only got one level 3 hound here. And I actually really like Warmdragon's choice of going for the advanced defensive tactics here. It's extra 30% for all units. One of the things that hounds struggle with later on is, while yes, they can get a volley off and they can kill, for example, that saber, the unit behind it is going to stay alive, the tarantula. And if you keep on bumping up the health of all the units, we've also got defense 2 on all the units here. So 52,000 on that saber, 51,000 on the tarantula. If your only DPS is really like the hounds and like, we have Phoenix too, but like it's hard to break through these units. It's not as much damage as you think. It's not sustained damage, right? It's like burst damage, and only like once or twice a round when they move around for a while.
Namtar Mule has built out the Phoenix line here with and double tacking them, range and quantum. I think the quantum because of the orbital bombardment this round.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gonna win, but a bunch of those are reconstructed Phoenix. So it doesn't do as much as it could. Drops Warmdragon down to 1,600. 16 to 33 as you go to round 9. And there's the fort drop. The moment you commit into the Phoenix, buddy, there's the fort.
Yeah, Fortress here is for Warmdragon as well. Like I was saying, you got to bump up your HP. So if we get Fortresses here, we get Shield. That's pretty good. And then, of course, the anti-air barrage is going to help against the Phoenix. Phoenix does have Quantum, so you can't just rely on the AA from Fort. But this is a good, like, long-term strategy. Or, sorry, long-term strategy. Like, this Fort is going to carry into the later game. I don't like that he's sold the Saber there to put the Fortress in.
Yeah, sold the entrenched saber, buys 2 more forts, and he's got them right up on the line. Even if this worked for this round, and it is going into a 260,000 hit point, super heavy field maintenance Scorpion there. Even if that worked for this round, you'd be very exposed to Melter locks.
Yeah, I really like this. The positioning is really throwing this off here. Definitely should have kept that saber. Its job was to take that volley of the hounds and protect the tarantula. Now the tarantula's going to die. Fortress are too far forward, so next round, they're all going to get shot right away from the Phoenix. They're going to die. Like, they're only going to get a volley off on these Phoenix. And if we had a little bit of space in front, you could put Chaff there next turn, whatnot. I'm not sure. One volley is not enough to kill the level 2, level 3 Phoenix. Now they're dead. How are we going to kill this Scorpion? Oh my gosh.
And Scorpion's never dying, buddy. That was you needed a Melter to read this play, sort of Scorpion. And that's the sort of thing, figuring out, knowing how to do the knockout at the end game is critical. Namtar Mule has found the knockout, and he's kept his team alive. We'll go to a decisive match tied up 1 game apiece. What a match. And I do think this all came down. I was saying that potentially Namtar Mule was going to have trouble with the late game positioning and builds, but this actually looked like it was Warmdragon that had trouble with it. He had done so good to stabilize, and then takes the forts, which I think are canonically correct here, but puts them in positions where they're very exposed, and they just don't do enough to keep him alive.
I think that's a really good replay though to go back to and try
Mm-hmm.
again. You'll make the same choices but place things a bit differently, and I feel like you could definitely change the outcome of that round there very significantly.
Yeah, even with very similar choices, if you're like, okay, I was committing to the fort, let me make different choices and see what would happen if I kept this guy and only bought 2 forts. Let me see what would happen if it were if I tried barrier instead of AA barrage first. There's a couple of different things you could try, and let me try almost exactly what I did, but different positionings. Right. Let me put these guys in different spots and see if I can get better value for them.
Well played to both players anyway. That was a back and forth game quite a bit there. And we're going to have Ein Bear up against Evil coming up now. It's going to be the decider match for quarterfinal 1. Ein Bear playing for Zillilag Zoo and Evil for the Tungdaddy Baddies, Tungdil and Cast's team.
I've got a shout out at the moment. I want to say a huge thank you to Zalex, who is celebrating his 2-year mod anniversary on my channel. And also a 70 stream streak. Zalex, you have taken care of so many problems that you have made streaming so easy for me. And I deeply, deeply appreciate it. You've been amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that you've done, buddy. Really appreciate you.
We reached our followers' goal of 300.
I want to thank everyone else also in chat who is dropping the subs and the follows and everything. It's been great. Your money, if you're subbing to the odds channel, sorry, Amrock and I are co-casting this, but if you're subbing on the odds channel, some of the money there is going to be going towards the prize pool here, as well as we're going to be giving away a copy of Mechabellum to one of the chatters here in Twitch at the end of the broadcast. So you just have to let me know why you want the Mechabellum game, who you're going to give it to. Are you inviting a friend to play with you or something like that? The point of Mechacademy here is like we want to grow the Mechabellum community. We're a big friendly bunch of people. So that's I'm trying to do my duty here and keep Mechabellum alive. So let's go. Let's do it.
Love it. And I mean that is when you were describing Mechacademy to me at the beginning, that was actually one of the things that you said was you wanted to ensure that we kept some of the deep knowledge of the game in the game by having some of the more veteran players pass that information along to some of the newer players. And I thought that was a really cool it just really spoke to who you are and how you are thinking about the game and everything.
Thanks.
Just really neat motivation for it.
Yeah, we were kind of, saddened by Meg 1 ending. But on the
Mhm.
bright side, all these players now, their schedules opened up for today, like, the Saturday
Yep.
morning schedule. And everyone was really excited to pass on their knowledge to students. So it's been very interesting, very exciting. And I'm glad that everyone here is participating and having a good time.
Welcome to our third and decisive match between Zillilag Zoo and the Tungdaddy Baddies. Evil on the near side in blue, Giant Specialist with Arclight and Saber. The far side, Ein Bear, is Marksman Specialist with Fang and Saber. That is a very evil eye. I like it.
Yeah, Evil is one of the very frequent Bork builders. Odds channel. So, always has very exciting games. I am excited to see how this one turns out here. And again, this is the final decider match here for quarterfinal 1. The winner
Yep,
will bring their team to the week 3, which is our finals week.
And Evil is representing the Tungdaddy Baddies, despite having an eye that reminds me a little bit of Zillilag's PFP. So Evil for Tungdaddy Baddies, Ein Bear for Zillilag Zoo, and it looks like we're going to get another crossfire position with both players coming out on their own right side. And adding... Well, the ads are Hounds for Ein Bear and Crawlers for Evil.
Yeah, so crossfire here. The difference being, the fangs are kind of slow here. I actually think Evil's position, even though I'm more of a fan of the Hounds than I am the Arclights, I think the Crawlers are just like way better to have here than the fangs, in my opinion. But some people make it work. It can be a scary death ball here, like the Saber Hound. But so can the Arclight Saber.
Yeah. Also, the fangs functioning as late chaff will be kind of interesting because they could conceivably arrive late enough and distract things.
Yeah.
Like you've got this group that's pulling crawlers down, and if we get just lucky enough, you pull the crawlers down towards the hounds instead of towards the second tower. It does not happen that
almost
arcs
so
do
close.
enough.
That is really important, though. Yeah, this affects timing as well. But if it was a pull, it would be really substantial. So I think that's kind of fortunate for Evil here, that they don't all get pulled.
Actually been thinking about the potential value. This is silly, but bear with me. Hear me out.
Okay.
The potential value of a sentry missile, not sentry missile, but the missile interceptor, kind of just to the right, his left of the wall for Ein Bear. And, it's in a position where it might intercept a sentry missile, but the real purpose is to be the next part of that pull.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, as it's a target, and then the crawlers will move down
because
there.
it is a target on the board that units will aggro onto.
Oh man, that's really wild. Actually, I think
is it worth 100?
It's definitely not in the first round or the second round or whatever. But I can see that there is value there. I don't know if it's 100, but maybe in a future round.
There could certainly be a round where it was critical.
Could be a case. Yeah, there could be a case where I could see that being worthwhile.
Something I was thinking about. You might.
Yeah, no, that's not a dumb idea.
What the community came up. It would be fun to see what the community came up with. Both players have taken the Wasp drop on this turn. You've got Evil throwing a Wasp in the back right, but Ein Bear throwing the Wasp in the back right, but Evil has covered that with a Fang, and of course he's throwing his Wasps against Ein Bear's Fangs. Ein Bear has added the Marksman Specialist Marksman back there, which, usually the Wasps beat a single pack of Fang, but with the addition of Marksman and Phoenix there, I think it's going to go the other direction. So Sentry Missile covers one, the additional help for Ein Bear covers the other.
I'm not convinced that this Orange Man is a good idea, because what's happening now is everything's going to this tower. It's going to get the tower. The Orange Man's kind of exposed. I would have maybe even considered selling it, because now he's going to go shoot some crawlers. He's going to deliver experience to these sabers.
Yeah, it's just a big pinata. Boom! All but levels up this one saber. You can see the difference in the two saber hit experience between the one that got the level 3 marksman and the one that didn't. Yeah. My goodness. Yeah, that was one of the things Alpha Titan taught me back in the day. Was that the level 3 marksman is very, very powerful, but if you're not sure you can protect it, it's an XP pinata.
Yeah. And also like going for Phoenix too, they fill a similar role. If you're trying to be fast to get towers and you have this crossfire position, the marksman is just slow and he gets caught by the wraparound. So I would consider selling this, Ein Bear. Of the drops here, we got the Wasp Worm taken and the Portable Shield. I actually think Mass Prod Phoenix is really, really, really strong. It's one of the best cards in the game.
Mass Prod Phoenix is amazing, yeah.
I know Ein Bear already has a Phoenix, but it doesn't really matter if you just have one Phoenix. Like, I think it's fine to still pick it because you're probably going to build more anyway. Yeah.
I mean, you can sell that one and elite it back at level 2 someday. He does not take it, but he does take Quantum Reassembly, which is, he's almost got the perfect bar for Mass Prod Phoenix.
Yeah.
For anybody that's learning the game from this, or you're down at a lower MMR, why the Mass Prod Phoenix is so strong is because they only cost you 100 to put on the board, but they still do the full 200 hit point damage to the player bar. So it is one of the quickest ways to smash out hit point damage, and you just give them range. They sit back and they survive most of the rounds. They're gonna do the damage anytime you win a round. You've got 6 packs of Phoenix surviving and you do 1200 damage or something like that, right?
Not only that, but all the counters to Phoenix are going to be more expensive. So you can just kind of like set and forget them. You know what I mean? You don't care about protecting them. If they die, so what? Like, they're mass produced.
XP Pinata feeds the Wasps for Evil, as Evil wins round 3 here. So that kind of stabilizing for him. He's at 3,000 hit points. He's got Ein Bear down to 3,800. But hitting the XP Pinata, look, the 2 units that have hit that level 3 marksman can both level up if he wants them to. And that's a Saber and a Wasp. And both of those units love having levels, honestly.
More unit drops here. One thing we've been noticing is no one's picking Raiden. I'm not saying that it's a good idea here or not, but no one has picked the Raiden drop so far in the whole day. The Vortex could be maybe interesting. But yeah, the Fire Badger with that oil coming down last turn seems like, they're like rewarding the oil usage. Fan Array at level 3 is a real pain to deal with. So I do like that as well.
Fire Badger at level 3 with a portable shield on it down in the corner.
Oh yeah.
Okay, but it's gonna be just feeding the Wasp, right?
Yeah, but it takes forever. Like,
we've changed our mind. We've put it on the other side.
This one's good.
Have leveled.
If there's ever anything, any chaff or whatever being put, yeah, exactly, like this Fang being put down here, it might get pulled down to the Wasp, or sorry, the Fire Badger instead, and therefore the tower is still open. So yeah, position is better there. A good beacon out of Evil, though.
Yeah, Evil has ranged both of the Arcs and Wasps this turn. Ein Bear has ranged the Hounds. And I think we're seeing kind of the difference between a full Hound commit and, oh, I'm just going to use my Hounds as a chaff clear here. I'm not really committing to them from Ein Bear.
Look, all those Fangs get pulled. That affects the timing, but does it make any difference? Yo, these ranged Wasps at level 2, kind of good. They're going to help a lot with the Quantum Phoenix here. It means that Evil might be able to claim the skies and just like win the air war, and then might be able to kind of inhibit having power in the air. Then closing on the ground and slow down the momentum of Ein Bear.
That's going to be back-to-back round wins for Evil with those Wasps leveling up again. And he has committed to them, right? Wasps with range.
Ooh. Actually, we run out of time.
How often do you see that? And it's about 60 hit points damage from each of them. Evil at 2940, Ein Bear at 3690. And absorption module, nuke, intensive, or tank prod line. Intensive could get silly if you had elite marksman on the bar for those wasps and you could make them level 4. That starts getting valuable. Instead, it'll be a new wasp leveled with the intensive.
I think that's great. You can put it on the left. Yep.
Yeah,
Perfect.
It's on the left to handle the badgers.
And so, yeah, just having aerial spec and range means Evil will be able to own the skies. There's not a whole lot that Ein Bear will be able to build in the air anymore, as Ein Bear already has the Phoenix with Quantum, like is already committed to that. Wasp also very easily could just pick up EMP as well. It's pretty cheap tech. Also, it turns off, you know, the Quantum and whatever else comes down. So Evil has a couple sort of tech paths options with the Wasp. It's not a closed door right now. He's still kind of flexible with that. And I wouldn't be too afraid of, for example, Mustangs to deal with the Wasp, because we have arc lights, and the arc lights do have a shockwave available, which absolutely smashes through the Mustangs. So overall, the composition from Evil is looking pretty decent.
Saber out here to tank the fire badgers indefinitely. Yeah, that'll let the wasps just clean up and get their level there. Now, from Ein Bear's perspective, he's just sold one of the sabers, still losing on this right side pretty hard, with a level 2 tower under threat. What do you think he can do to curtail these wasps before they get completely out of control? And the reason I'm asking Odds that is, obviously, I trust his technical expertise, but also, wasps are one of those things where if you let them get out of control, you lose the game. You have to recognize them as a big threat and treat them, take them seriously early on.
I mean, it's a good question. Like I said, the Mustang probably is not the best idea. Maybe, I mean, this marksman probably got to be sold. He's doing nothing this whole game. If you sell the marksman, maybe go into Fortress. No Fortress drop here. Farseer also would probably be a good pickup for safety. Can't go for Overlord. But Evil could go Overlord, maybe? I don't know.
Evil could definitely go Overlord. That would scare me, as that drop would have scared me a lot as Ein Bear.
Farseer's a good pick. I think for either player would be good. We got 2 level 2 Vortex chosen for Ein Bear. Getting the Absorb mod on one and the Portable Shield on the other.
Shield on the other.
That's actually really good.
Give them field maintenance, please. Just give them field. Okay. We're also taking the chamber compression.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
That's really late.
Yeah.
It's really late. We talked about why you take it early in the previous match when we saw Hounds get to shine. The forts come down. They've got AA barrage, but not for Ein Bear. They're down for Evil. And Ein Bear is going for AA Mustangs.
Okay. Okay. I mean, so if the arc lights are locked onto those Vortex, which is probably what's going to end up happening, the Mustangs will be able to clear the Wasp, theoretically. And this right side is going to be slowed down a lot for Evil. So the tower timing, you know, he's going to lose a level 2 tower on the left before he ever has a chance of killing that tower. And so Evil might get surrounded, depending on how this goes. The fortresses as well, they might be able to kill his Vortex too.
Ein Bear did switch from AA to range at the last minute there.
Okay, I like that better.
I do too. You can always take the AA next turn if needed. But the reason is the AA should, or the range should keep them back at 135 meters compared to 85 meters for the Vortex. And that 50 meter range difference is what is needed to keep you out of the shockwave radius. So not taking range on them made them vulnerable to the shockwave this turn, had Evil been clicking it.
That's a big round.
It is a big round. It's got Evil down to 829.
Yeah, those crabs did quite a lot of work there. Barrier is good. Okay, so this... I mean, Fortress, getting the barrier item is not really what you want to do. However, I mean, it's much cheaper than clicking the $700 button to get it. It's fine. Evil's up against the ropes here, has to win some rounds. I think this is totally fine. I think it's probably the best play. It is going to protect some stuff, and we do have that shockwave coming down. Yeah, if Evil can live for a couple more rounds and have the money to then go into barrier, that's fine. It doesn't matter that much if the barrier's over here. It's just like a stepping stone, hopefully, to not lose out on momentum here. Brawlers?
Oh, there is a great pickup for Ein Bear. Takes Subterranean Blitz
Really
on
good
the
read.
turn. On the turn that opponent takes the Shockwave. The Shockwave, the obvious answer to the Mustangs. Can't fault that choice for Evil. But having the read that was coming, just great play from Ein Bear.
Yeah. I need to see like a level 3 tower here out of Evil or something, because he's just getting... he's like smashing headfirst into this other army here and not getting the tower timing anymore because of those vortex. And losing that tower and then getting surrounded. So like this beacon, like all his units are kind of in no man's land once that tower dies. So really hoping something can slow him. We do have that oil, which is going to help slow things down. So maybe that's enough this turn. Shockwave is popping off a bit. Those crawlers are surviving. One crab shield go. Oh, they both went. Okay, crabs are going to go down. Tower goes down.
But the Phoenix have survived and cleaned up. That's going to be 800 damage. That's going to be a win for Ein Bear. And that clinches this first series of our tournament. Congratulations to the Zillilag's Zoo. Carried after a first round loss. Came back with the wins from the Mule and Ein Bear to make it through to the semifinals. Congratulations, guys. No pressure. No pressure on that one.
Yeah. I'm going to do a quick ad break here, and then we're going to pull the coaches in for our next series so we can chat with them here on Discord. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Okay. So that crab play, I'm going to point out for the audience, that crab play is what Mathis might beat me with the last time I ran into him. Exactly that play. Just throw them down in front. Throw them down in front, have them tank everything that you care about, and gain victory.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
we're on ad break, so just a few moments here. We'll wait for
All right.
the other
Get
coaches.
RedScare in here. I have something to say to him.
Love it.
It is time.
Oh my god.
Well, well, well.
All right, just 10 more seconds.
Oh, I was muted. What happened? I was chewing.
Welcome in.
You have something you wanted to say, or what?
You know what? I'm glad you finally speak up, because I do have something to say.
Okay.
Okay,
hear it.
yeah? Yeah, RedScare.
Yeah.
I hear you came. I'm glad you came, because, you're so scared that I didn't think you would come. Oh, I also looked at your, at this team. You have Apotekariy. Really? We could just call him your drug dealer, since clearly he's just giving you the meds for this team to stay warm enough so you dare fight us. And you're piloting a team with a giraffe? You don't even have a human for this. What is that? And don't even get me started on... Oh, who is he? Oh, Littleman. Oh, that tiny little guy I didn't even realize he was there because he's that tiny. You know what? We're gonna stomp you. You got lucky with Krimpus. You know, we're just spicing it up. You're gonna meet Whip Shader and Este, the strongest 301 and 501 players that there is.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's
Wow.
talking some mad smack to someone that's about to get stomped 0-2, 0-3 even.
Oh no.
Yeah, RedScare, you're already up 1-0. So how does that feel coming into this series now?
I mean,
Slander,
GiraffePilot's always
slander.
been the GiraffePilot's last event has always been like a very hard worker and good student. Like I was even while I was coaching him, like when his mic was broken, I was like, oh hey, it felt like I was coaching him live because every time I made a comment, he had already evaluated what I would have said beforehand and made the corrections from the previous rounds. Like, you know what? I have no notes. 10 out of 10. Beautiful.
Nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
Anyways, like I said, you're a second-rate coach with a third-rate team.
All right.
All right.
Good luck, guys.
All right. Good luck.
Good luck. Thank you.
Wow. Words were said. Words were said.
Words were said indeed. That was fun. Let's go indeed. So, setting the stage for this one, RedScare's team is already up 1-0. Thanks to that first match that we saw between GiraffePilot and Krimpus Perinium. GiraffePilot winning that one for RedScare's team. So, what we have now, Este versus Apotekariy, both over 1800 MMR. As a result of this coaching, they didn't come in here at those giddy heights of MMR. And it is a must-win game for Este. Apotekariy, if he can win, that puts RedScare's team through to the semifinals, which are not next weekend. They are on the 13th of June. We've got the remaining games from the early part of the bracket. Will be on the 6th of June, so the bottom half of that bracket there.
This is going to be a pretty high-level game here.
This is interesting. This is like on the pro level. I mean, and just so you guys understand, anything over 1900 right now is top 200 world. And this is right around the end of season 7. So we have lost a number of top players, and we've regained a lot of the MMR that was lost in that MMR deflationary period. And 1900 is very strong at the moment.
Yeah.
Apotekari's also been doing well in weekend tournaments, I've noticed.
Okay, I haven't
playing a bunch of them.
That's cool. I haven't seen too many games from these players recently, so I'm really excited to see how this goes. RedScare also, I know is a fantastic coach. Has coached me in the past, and I know had a fantastic series with my brother Odyssey in some other tournaments like the Mini Masters tournament. So he's been around for a long time. So yeah, well, let's get underway.
Welcome to Game 2 of quarterfinal number 2. Representing Chris's crash course on the near side in blue is Este, down 1-0. This is a must-win game for your blue player. On the far side, the favorite by MMR in this one, representing RedScare's Raiders, is Apotekariy, appropriately enough, in red. It'll be a giant specialist for Este, who's came 6th on the Americas last week. He's got a Tarantula Crawler pack to start with. Apotekariy, a Rhino specialist with the Asian Intermediate Group 1 2v2 Championship badge. They'll be starting with Fangs and Steel Balls. With me in the booth, of course, is Odds.
Hello. Yeah, so again, we're seeing a Tarantula Void Eye start here. We haven't seen a Steel Ball pack picked from any of the starts so far today. It's a pretty tough unit to use correctly, so Apotekariy, ready for that. Steel Ball and Arc Light. Interesting.
Was having a lot of fun adding steel balls and mobile beacons to the Hound build, by the way. Mobile beacon steel ball and mobile beaconed worm, just you can cause a lot of extra damage. Nice formation you had there. Not anymore.
Hmm.
Both players have started out on the left-hand side with Este in the aggro position, Apotekariy with the very deep position that all but tells you he's thinking of doing kinetic charge on the steel balls. You don't actually have to start the steel balls on the back line like that, although if you do, by the time the steel ball reaches the midpoint of the board, it crosses the midline, it's got as much range as if you had clicked range on it already.
Yes.
So everything beyond that is free. But round one is going to the Tarantulas. The Steel Balls got slight locks, got destroyed by the Void Eyes, so a good round one comp for Este. He is now 2 points behind Apotekariy.
Subsidize Stormcaller. Oh, improved Overlord. Improved Wraith.
Overlord,
Yeah,
improved Wraith.
Yeah,
That's
a lot of
amazing
different
set of
cards here.
packs. Which unit would you love to throw down? Este skips all of it, Apotekariy giving it a lot more thought. And I would say this is one of the things, we've done our Fun Fridays, and one of the games we play is Heart of the Cards. I know you did a Borked build that was kind of the same, where it was always make the right-hand choices.
Yes.
Just force people to play cards they're not familiar with is a really, really good thing. Yeah, your MMR might suffer if you're out there on ladder and on your ranked MMR. But play some of these cards, get some familiarity with them, because you can really find some amazing improvements. It doesn't sound like giving Wraith a 5-meter edge should matter that much. It certainly doesn't sound like it's worth 50 cost, but improved Wraith is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Can be really dominant at times, and it turns out that the 5 meters actually matters a bunch.
Yeah, Apotekariy's going to pick up the improved Wraith. Yeah, I mean, the extra attack also does a lot, too. 30% is substantial. Sometimes
substantial.
The Wraiths, even at a high level, they sometimes have a bit of a difficulty pushing through some of the medium-sized units, especially if they got levels. Like Tarantula, for example, it's like level 2, level 3. May have a hard time killing it, but the extra 30%, yeah, it's great. It's looking like, yeah, we're going to be going as like a Steel Ball Wraith composition here. Now, the Phoenix is going to get an early lock on that Wraith, and momentum is going to keep for Este.
Yeah,
So-
Este with the similar round result to last time. All the Void Eyes and the wounded Tarantulas surviving. The Steel Balls get the locks on the Tarantulas again. Again, they go down. So Apotekariy down to 3,500 hit points.
Yeah, so I think really the onus is on Apotekariy to slow the game down and gain time to get those Wraiths online and operational. A double Phantom Ray drop on turn 3? Wow, that's pretty good, isn't it?
It's a good drop. That's a whole bunch of double level 1 200 cost units on round 3, so you can get some good value. It'll be a pair of Sabers. We know we love the Saber versus Tarantula matchup, but Apotekariy's positioning is a little bit deep. I think I would like to see those Sabers just directly lined up with the Tarantula that they're supposed to counter, and just put them out close enough where they can get the early locks.
Yeah, well,
Just give me the hit.
the problem is, so the Saber on the left side, if it was put farther on the left, it would get pulled to that crawler. It looks like it's going to go forward, which is good. But yeah, this deep flank with the Vortex and crawler here from Este is really strong, especially with emergency armor here. Now, there was a steel ball. It got sold, but it would do great at, like, you know, the steel ball comes in, it locks on, and then the armor pops and it breaks the beam, and then it has to start again. But it's still really strong here, the Vortex Bite, because it's pulling that Wraith too, so...
Pulling the Wraith. Ooh.
Whole army from Este is fighting against half the army from Apotekariy.
So, talk about defeat in detail here. That's exactly what you're going to see. Tower take is pretty good timing as well for Este, but that improved Wraith holds on.
Oh my god!
With like 1 hit point. There's nothing left that shoots up, and Apotekariy will have successfully stabilized, assuming the Wraith can finish these guys off in 30 seconds, which is, you know, let's talk about that plus 30% ATK coming in handy.
Gets a level.
It certainly does.
Yeah, so
Leveled
I was
by
gonna say too.
that bar. Look at the size of that bar.
Yeah, it's so small.
It's amazing.
So really important, gets a level there. Ooh, Jav could be decent, but so if you notice that crab, like everything got pulled, and then it was coming back after it popped the shields of the crab, and it looked like the timing was going to work out that Apotekariy's units were going to help and get in front of the tower to slow down the tarantulas and stuff, but then they got pulled back the second time to deal with the second half of the emergency armor. So then the tarantulas were able to get the tower while, you know, Apotekariy's units were tucked in the back corner. So if that crab dies faster, I think Apotekariy's units will be able to get in front of the tower and protect the tower. So we do see that Rhino coming down at level 2, actually, right away. To be honest, you can't even build a level 1 Rhino. The crab will kill it.
The crab does kill the level 1 Rhino. I've actually seen, if you can get the crab up to level 3, it can kill off a level 2 Rhino. Depending on tower ATK and def for the 2 players.
Aggro Melter. I like it, actually.
I'm taking the Wraiths seriously, and I'm going to take the 1 unit that does not care about their hit points. I can see it. Not bad against the Sabres either.
You definitely got to take the Wraith serious. They're improved, and that's the whole reason why the last round was won. So, Melter should be good here. Well, let's see how this time is going to work out. So, Crab gets its armor, and then everything's going to be pulled back again. Oh, but actually that Wraith keeps going forward.
The call-in Wasps got a bunch of value as well. Tower take is good timing for Este. That's going to be a round win for Este and Chris's Crash Course. Again, he's down 1-0. This is a must-win for Este. Apotekariy playing with house money could book his team's spot in the semifinals with a win.
It was actually looking really good there for Apotekariy, but somehow, some way, it just kind of fell apart at the end.
Round 5 super supply enhancement, always a really tough judgment call. You come out ahead, of course, if this game is going 9 or more rounds, but you could finish things off pretty quickly. You know, plenty of games will have ended before that has actually paid off. Este with 4,000 hit points goes ahead and takes it. Apotekariy skips it. So now the clock is ticking for Apotekariy.
You know,
Has to close this game out.
I don't mind the super supply, to be honest.
I don't
Este's
either.
ahead. That's 4,000 HP to work with. So it's pretty much guaranteed that only Este is going to get super supply, and rightfully, you know, Apotekariy doesn't get it. It's too late. Too much tempo loss. So this is favorable going into the long game. And so, yeah, why not? You're already ahead. HP is a resource to spend. Exactly.
For Apotekariy, the take there was the smoke between the smoke orbital and wasp swarm, and he's just going to go ahead and drop the smoke right on those tarantulas. Also kind of where that melter had fought from last round, although now the melter has range and a level. So it might fight from behind the smoke, in which case Este is fine. the single target damage can get stuck on my wasps, please.
I imagine this should be a win for the round for Apotekariy. Smoke is really good.
Smoke is brilliant, and yeah, the melter doesn't walk into the smoke, but all of its chaff clear did. All of its chaff clear gone, and the wraiths get to feast on level 2 melter experience.
Oh my god,
So this is why
damage.
2,000 hit points damage in a single turn. That's, I mean, one more of those, and Este is
Enough
doomed.
smoke?
There is a
possible?
second smoke.
That's
There
crazy.
is a second smoke.
So Este's got to go like Hound, like sweep. Do they even have sweep on the bar? Like a second smoke could be a death sentence as well. Like you can take that and just wait for next turn. I mean, probably don't want to. You're gonna ask for a response.
Next turn you'd know, right? But being able to drop it now so that you had it for 3 turns.
Yeah.
Oy.
It's kind of greedy. Oh, we're actually seeing. Hang on. Apotekariy goes for the smoke. Yeah.
Let's take it. I love it. I love it. It's so cheeky. Este has already taken the Mustangs with range. Doesn't take the Hound, so maybe he doesn't have the sprinkler on the bar, or maybe he's just gonna try to tank this smoke. You can always. There are some plays you can make. Mobile beacon among others to try and mitigate that. Like the right mobile beacon, you could pull a bunch of the things back and fight closer to your tower, make Apotekariy come up into the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, he's going to take high explosive ammo, try to clear the chaff more quickly. Apotekariy goes to 8-gun. 8-gun is the tech for wraiths. It's the one that makes them really pop off. We talked about chamber compression for hounds earlier. 8-gun for wraith, you're basically doubling the DPS. And the quicker you can get that working for you, the more experience you feed into the wraiths, and the wraiths are Apotekariy's carry. But for Este, this is a must-survive round. Has to knock out enough that he does not take 2,000 damage on this round. I don't think he's done it.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's another 2K. It's real close.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage. So it is not quite enough. 92 hit points in a dream for Este. This is the round he breaks even on the super supply. But this is the risk you take when you take that round 5 super supply. Right? He's been fighting from behind for 2 rounds. Of course, fighting with the smoke for 2 rounds as well, don't forget. Because he didn't shield it or anything.
Look at the text on the hounds. There's no sweep available.
Yeah, no, he didn't have sweep available for it. Because he's got the... This is my bar. This is what I'm running. The full chamber compression range, mech rage, and armor.
Yep. And this second smoke bomb now could be very painful. Hound greed. It's affecting the game, even though the hounds aren't being played this game.
Yep. And oh dear, Apotekariy going for the knockout. Takes the Phantom Rays on the drop, and this is the danger of being down at 92 hit points. You cannot afford any play that opponent makes that you haven't covered. Shielding against the smokes. Its shield could have been a little further forward, I think. But
By like a couple inches.
yeah. But he's got absolutely nothing to cover the Phantom Rays over there.
Yeah, unit drop turn was a great turn to put on pressure on the other side too. All of a sudden, defense, flipping a switch now, going on aggro on the right, and there's going to be a huge surprise here for Este.
And yeah, this is not something he can afford.
Health is good, but I don't know if they're getting into that smoke.
The multi-melter gave him the shorter range, so he walks into the smoke, gets the debuff from the right-hand side tower, and Apotekariy is going to book RedScare's team through to the semifinals, 2-0. Very nicely done there. knocks off the 1941 MMR Este in this one. Well played. And again, this really came down to, I talked about it when it showed up. The super supply enhancement on round 5 is such a difficult one to gauge whether or not you should take it. And if you didn't take it and you saw that your opponent did, you just start loaning and try to finish the game out as quickly as possible, which is exactly what Apotekariy did. 3 rounds of 2,000 hit point damage with the smoke, and that is a convincing win.
We're still going to have Littleman up against Whip Shader coming up for consolation. Both players have been training with the coaches for 2 or 3 weeks now, so it's very important that we still give them the showcase that they get to play their match here. So please, everyone in chat, still support the teams and the players here.
Yep. There you can see the bracket has updated. Zillilag's Zoo and RedScare's Raiders are through, but we still have a final match coming up for Chris's Crash Course and company. That'll be Whip Shader against Littleman coming right up.
Game is up. Amrock.
I don't have an invite. I have been left behind. Thank you. Okay, now ready. Sorry about that.
All right, I'm just pulling up the full bracket here so you guys can have a look.
So for this final match of this, Whip Shader is at 1561, Littleman's at 1424.
So next week, or not next week, 2 weeks, we'll have Zillilag Zoo up against RedScare Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah, for semifinal 1.
Looking forward to joining you for that one. I do apologize. I am going to be missing the middle segment of this tourney. So we'll be missing the Saturday the 6th. But I'll be back on the 13th. So those of you following this on my channel, you're going to have to follow it on Odd's channel next time out. Do you have somebody else joining you for that? Or
I'm sure we can figure it out. Yeah, I'm not worried. I was actually thinking, so next week will be Ubon, Mathis, Might, Keppels, and Player 624, and Egophobic as the coaches. And I was thinking maybe just pulling some of the coaches in to co-cast from the opposite quarterfinal that they're playing in.
That could work, yeah.
So I haven't actually told the coaches that yet. So anyways, that's my idea.
Well, they might be listening in.
If you guys are listening, let me know if your schedules are good for that. That would be fun. We got about 30 seconds till the game is underway here. It'll be up to Whip Shader to, not allow Chris Crash Course team to go, 3-0 or 0-3 rather.
His coach did talk a bunch of smack coming into this.
Yes.
Somebody needs to back it up.
Come on, Whip Shader. Let's see you back up the Whip Shader here.
Welcome to our final match of day 1, Mechacademy action. For this match, Whip Shader in blue representing Chris's Crash Course, Littleman on the far side representing RedScare's Raiders. RedScare's Raiders are already through, so no pressure on Littleman, just here to show us what he's got. He'll be a speed specialist with Crawler and Steel Ball. For Whip Shader, I mean, there's some honor. Don't get skunked. Be the team that does carry for your team, even if you can't get your team through to the semis. He's going to be a supply specialist with Tarantula and Void Eye, trying to back up his coach's trash talk from before this series started. Insta sell for one of his turrets, and it looks like he's going to be setting up aggro on the left-hand side.
We see so many Tarantula Void Eyes today.
There have been a lot of Tarantula starts.
Has this like really come back in the meta again?
I think it's in the meta. I have really, and this may be a me thing where I might need coaching in it, but when I tracked my stats for Tarantula, it was one of the very, very few units that I had less than a 50% win rate with. In fact, it came in at 44%, which was so far below any of my other chaff clears that it is just, I basically stopped trying to run it after that. And that may actually also be part of why my MMR has climbed. I look at them, I go, okay, they're a nice hit point thing, but I'm not going to count on them long term. Not usually. Littleman adding a pair of arc lights. The arc lights are in front of crawlers. The crawlers will do a little shotgunning around them, and he does have the kinetic charge, but he's going for the mid positioning steel ball, and I love this. This is where I've been running my steel balls lately. You're going to get plenty of value out of the kinetic charge going from one tower to the other. You get involved in the fight early enough that you're getting some value out of the tankiness of the steel balls. And in this case though, they are going down to the Void Eyes, much as we saw in the previous game. So the Void Eye Tarantula player wins round 1. That'll put Littleman at 4160, Whip Shader at 4100. Round 2 with Mass Prod Sledge, Anti-Interference Module, EMP or a Missile Strike available.
Yeah,
Plenty of
not
good
bad.
stuff.
Yeah, the missile and EMP is decent. I actually really like Mass Prod Sledge, but like nobody does it anymore. I think it's cool though. But the steel ball kind of fills that role a bit, I suppose.
I do want to say a huge warm welcome in to Mr. Bear-like himself, who is in chat under the name Play Mechabellum. If you guys don't know this, that is the official Mechabellum account, and our devs do play on it, will answer questions on it. That is absolutely an account you want to give a follow to. So please do. Please do.
Yeah, welcome to the stream, Mr. Bear-like. Thank you for this beautiful game.
That I am. Let's see here. What does Steam claim on that? I have played 5,829 hours of this game at this point. Although, to be fair, quite a few of those hours are in casting and streaming things. But still. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Trying to support the game.
That reminds me too. So after this game, we are going to be giving away one copy of Mechabellum to whoever in Twitch chat needs it the most. So
excellent.
Tell me who you're going to give it to and who you really want to join the game and grow the community, and then we'll choose a winner, and then just message me on Twitch after, and I'll get that copy over to you.
On the game in front of us, much like it did in the last game, the Tarantula Void Eye combo has won the first 2 rounds. That's put Whip Shader at 4,100, Littleman down to 3,255, and Whip Shader taking the almost de rigueur range for chaff clear on the Tarantulas. Now, that does mean, I think, there is a risk that the Tarantulas lock the arc lights and don't do quite as much to chaff clear. But Littleman's sort of missing a mid-level of chaff arrival here that there's basically nothing. Once these 3 packs of crawlers get cleared, there's nothing that prevents the Void Eyes from getting locks onto the steel balls. That's why he's been having trouble there. And of course, Whip Shader added 1 Phoenix. He's added a 2nd Phoenix this turn. And Littleman's not even going to missile strike the Phoenix. He's going for the front, trying to hit the Void Eyes, I think.
We've already got range on Tarantula on turn 3. I know that's like normal, but like in a head, but like this,
there's the danger.
Yeah, there's the danger, exactly. It's locked onto the saber.
This is your chaff clear unit doing essentially nothing. It is positioning, but range, which is so automatic of a take in not headbutt situations. Anything but a headbutt. It is such an automatic decision.
It's still gonna work
Not
out.
going to get punished here, though. Whip Shader still able to win the round. Little Man is going to be dropped down to about 2,600 hit points.
Yeah, and those fangs are level 2 from that drop too, and that means a little bit more extra experience going towards those tarantulas. Whip Shader's in a great spot, I feel.
Ion Beam, huge opportunity. Of course, the new translation team decided it was Ion Blast, but those of us who've been around a while always call it Ion Beam. Like that translation so much more.
I literally never even noticed that it changed.
It changed under us. But okay, you've got Shockwave for the Arclights, no range. This is where when we first saw Shockwave come out, this headbutt situation is exactly what we thought Shockwave was going to be best at. And you don't care about the range, you do care about the splash. Even if you do get locked onto something big like the Saber, you're able to continue doing damage to the chaff as it walks by. It's pretty strong. And with Whip Shader skipping the Ion Beam, this is probably Little Man's best chance to stabilize this, to kind of turn it around. There is a lot of opening out here, right? He hasn't put any pressure on that right-hand side tower. He hasn't really done much to defend his tower, so it's level 2 and it has a fang behind it. There's a crawler down here, but both of those are very exposed right now.
Yeah, on the other side, it's just a level 1 naked tower.
Yeah.
Ion's gonna
Easy
be
to go
huge.
effect. Ion right through key units. It's got enough splash damage that tarantula is in a lot of trouble. The thump. I don't know if the splash is quite enough to reach this guy, but the splash on Ion Beam, it's not that far, but it is big. It does a big splash, kind of surprisingly. It's a little bit wider than you think it is when you're first playing it. It is, of course, my favorite spell because of the play and counterplay around it. It's just
Yeah.
when
so
you
that's the
drop it
thing.
and it works, it is so satisfying. It's one of the
Yeah.
moments that the game really delivers.
Some of the spells in the game, I know some people don't like them too much, but the ones that are great are ones like, Ion War, for example. You can get a mobile beacon, you can move out of the way. There is counterplay to it. The nuke as well, right? It's a lot of damage, but it takes 15 seconds or whatever for it to actually go off. There's counterplay there. So it's,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, even things like temp range or high mobility can change where your units are
Yeah.
when the ion lands. It's just perfect.
I
it's
love
so,
cooking
so
high
nice.
mobility on spell turns. You can really throw the accuracy off, I would say, from your opponent, where they guess where you're going to be, and you're going to be a little too far ahead and outside of the range.
Yep. So Whip Shader going for forts right on the line, just about. They're 10 meters off the line, so that you can't get an instant lock with a melter or something. And that is an interesting tech bar. Are we following the Woot style?
Yeah.
We've got barrier, range, and anti-air barrage.
Just
I
the good
need to
techs.
know fourth tech.
Yeah. All you need.
These are the ones I want. Don't waste to remind myself not to waste my energy on techs that aren't great. Love it. Hey, Little Man is going to put some pressure on that strong side tower, or weak side tower even, using the underground threat to draw the crawlers away so that the Phoenix can go straight to the tower. These guys will never get over there to distract Phoenix, get that tower right off the rip, and that is going to make the main fight really strong for Little Man.
That's huge. But
Gonna take a minute.
yeah,
We're out of shaft clear.
hang on
Oh,
a second. Hang on a second.
Oh dear. He's taken out the forts. He's taken out so much. Those Phoenix are trying to protect a few more hit points of damage there. They're not going to be able to finish off the level 2 Tarantula in time. Another round win for Whipshader. Coming in hot. He's at 3,100. Littleman at 1922. Storm, Scorpion, Raiden, and again that level 3 hound that you and I never see.
Yes. In this game,
Both players
though,
taking the Raiden. That's the first Raiden drop we've seen taken all day.
that's true. It's been offered pretty much every game too, and no one's picked it. And now both are taking it.
And both have sold it. Oh, poor Raiden, getting no love at all. There's the Melter. This is why this is a dangerous position, right? The Melter is going to be able to get very quick locks on things. You can't protect these shield bubbles from the electromagnetic barrage. You're right up front. As soon as these guys are down, the Melters are going to be able to get instant locks on the forts. You're able to position them to have those instant locks. It's a good spot for Littleman, I think. But here's what the shield does. It guarantees that shockwave is not touching any of the chaff in underneath it. So you're negating a lot of the chaff clear value from shockwave.
We don't see any answer to the right side tower here. Just at level.
Well, there's another Fang over here. That's totally an answer. But what I was going to say was Littleman lost the last round on chaff clear. Right. So adding 2 melters is not going to solve your chaff clear problem. And it doesn't. And Whipshader wins that side.
Yeah, the fortress are going to walk through. It doesn't need 4 techs, just 2, or, well, just 3. Wow.
And the Fangs do even win that right side. That is a comprehensive win for Whipshader, protecting the honor for Chris's Crash Course, and turning this into a 2-1 series. Littleman, of course, RedScare's Raiders are already through to the semifinals. They've had a good day, but no clean sweep here. Hey, Chris Kangard. nice work over there. Nice work over there. Raging says, someone who understands forts. I love it. The forts are simply chaff.
Nicely. Well done. If the coaches of the winning team, so RedScare and Zillilag, if you guys are around, you come and join the casting booth here.
Oh, hello.
Oh, there's Chris. That's fine too. Hi.
Hi.
Hi. After all that, what's going on?
I'm just happy that my last man pulled through, showing that spiders can work. 3rd time's the charm. Yeah, no, it was really exciting. We don't talk about the fortress tech bar.
Well, I'm glad that your team was able to kind of find, not being knocked out completely with 3-0.
Yeah, thank God, thank God.
Saving face a little bit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, unlucky with all that smoke. I didn't know you guys were like that.
I mean, you greeted a super supply round 5. I would have thought Este would know better.
Yeah, that was a little greedy with both Spider and Melter.
Yeah, that's and not running Hound Sprinkler. Oof, rookie mistake.
Oh. I mean, unlucky. Who could have known that tech was
the hound? The hounds even dropped for you. It's like they're like,
Yeah.
if you have sprinkler, you just nullify this 150 that we spent for free.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, that was a crazy play with the double smoke. So, do you have any shout outs or anything you want to say about your teammates and how they've been doing and anything like that?
I've had amazing teammates. They've been really fun, and they've been super invested, and they've been doing really well. They've been climbing a lot, actually. Este has been climbing a bit in or out of the top 200, which is so cool. But they've all been doing great, and they've all learned to play aggro, since that is what I taught all of them.
Nice.
None of them were playing aggro before they met me, and now they're all playing aggro. So it's a beautiful transition story.
You made a big impact then.
Hell yeah.
You don't have to teach them how to. You don't have to prescribe a playstyle to Vimbo. I guess I have a different philosophy on that. I mean, the point isn't necessarily to. Well, obviously, climbing ladder should be a result. The point isn't to just beat up on the other team and say, "Oh, prove we're better." No, the point is that all your trainees should be better than the player they were 2 weeks ago, right?
True.
I'm
I
sure
think that's a
everyone's
really good
cheating.
cope. Yeah, it's that's also what my philosophy. Winning this, it didn't really matter. We got what we needed. We got so much better.
Speaking of which, in 2 weeks, we're going to have Zillilag Zoo up against RedScare Raiders. So, Zillilag, I think you're here as well. What do you guys, you got any words for each other going into 2 weeks from now?
I mean, 2 weeks is a long time away.
Yeah, it is.
2 weeks. Yeah,
What are
it
you
is a
gonna
long
do?
time away. I mean,
I'm
obviously.
gonna prepare my team better. Like Code Mecha, when he was playing his first game, said he got like nervous and like was doubting himself and such. So I gotta improve that.
Yeah.
And then we got into the invincible team, and we should have no issues.
Yeah, that's sort of part of the whole like broadcast thing, right? We bring not just the coaching, but also the sort of like front page kind of like, you're the featured match of the esport, right? So there is definitely pressure for all these players who maybe have not felt pressure like that before. So it is definitely an important factor in these games.
I have full faith in my team. Or that's what I'm supposed to say, or something. But yeah, we'll definitely gonna break into the zoo and get all the animals out. Hopefully.
Just followed.
Awesome. Anyone have anything else they want to shout out or do anything?
Thanks for making this whole event super fun. I love it.
Good. I'm glad that
More of
you
this.
guys are like so involved in this. It's really hard to have so many people like with scheduling and everything, get everyone together, and also have people like the coaches here, like you guys, to actually spend time with people and teach them and help the community grow and everything. And maybe, hopefully, maybe we can have an impact on some of those really annoying "this unit is imba" or whatever posts on Reddit. So they can say, hey, you know what? My teacher told me that, no, it's not imba. You can do this and that and whatever.
I mean, learning that marksmen are a bad unit is one of the stepping stones to becoming a good player.
Absolutely.
Everyone figures out eventually.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody, for participating and contributing and helping put this together.
Okay, so
And thanks to you, Jen, for all the work behind the scenes putting it together. You guys have done amazing work. Totally seamless to just step into this today, and that's a result of you guys' preparation and hard work. So thank you very much.
So a few more notes before we go here. So at the end of the third week, like once the grand finals are over, we're going to do a most improved player award. So whoever that you guys can vote on your team has improved the most. So coaches, you guys will recommend one of your players, and then we'll do like a Twitch vote or something, and that player will win something. I'm not sure yet. Skins for Mechabellum if they don't have them, or I don't know, something, a copy of the game or whatever. But also today, and at the end of every stream, we want to give away a copy of Mechabellum as well to help grow the Mechabellum community. So is there anyone in Twitch chat who has a friend who wants to get into the game? Post in Twitch chat. We can, whoops, I can gift a copy. Don't all speak at once. I would take it for myself. Duralite, do you already have Mechabellum? I have 11 friends with Mecha on their wish list, says Free For All. Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Free For All.
Elite Teufel is here and does not own Mecha.
Oh, you should get into the game then.
Oh,
This
okay.
is
Yeah, that's
a great
perfect
game.
then. Perfect. Dear Elite Teufel, I will send you a message. And so hang on, and I'll get you a copy. Yeah, so that's that. That's it for this week. Thank
Well,
you
let-
guys,
let me-
everyone.
me
And
add
we'll be
one
back
thing.
same bat time, same bat channel next week for the next rounds, which will be the U-Ballers up against Math's Mighty Minions and the Bloodingtons up against Egomaniacs.
Right, but before we sign off, I do want to add one other thing. For those of you out there watching and listening, if you are interested in participating in a community-run tournament, Starbright Forever is putting together a ban format tournament that will actually be running not concurrently with, but same day as the finals of this tournament. That is on for June 13th. You can find all of the information on that in her Discord, which you can kind of get to from her account there, which I have given a shout out to. I think that forms link is actually broken, unfortunately, Lady Nguyen. I don't know why, but so you've got to get into Starbright's Discord to get all of that information. But for those of you that are jonesing for some tournament action and missed this one, that is the next community organized tournament that's coming up. And Starbright's good people. She puts on a good tournament. Should be a good show.
Awesome. Okay, thanks again, guys, for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Thank you, Odds. Have a good one. Bye-bye.